What is going on, everybody? I'm Steve, and today we got a very special car review. We have the Dodge Challenger, specifically a 2023 RT model, which after this year they were discontinued. So this is it. This is the last of production. Pretty crazy to think it's 2025 currently, and where everything's turning towards hybrids and electric cars, having a pure V8 is just something to be happy about. So let's go. Let's get into this car review. Let's see what's good. I just touched this hood and it's extremely hot. I drove the car for like 20 minutes and this thing is hot. Almost as hot as this color red. I love the color. We got the red. Actually, Scat Packs have been more popular and the Hellcats, but today it's the RT. Something a bit more traditional, I feel like. This still has the classic HEMI 5.7 liter engine. So yeah, let's start from the top. We got the singular hood vent. Cools down this monstrous engine that we'll get to in a bit. More air vents right here. Classic Challenger. Your circle LED lights. More vents on the bottom. And then your protectors here, you're supposed to take these off actually. Once you get it, you're supposed to take them off. I know a lot of people like to keep them for the aesthetic, but those are supposed to come off. Over here, you have the Goodyear tires and your alloy wheels. I thought these came with the Brembo brakes, but come to find out, it's only the Scat Packs and above that have the Brembos. So that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. It still looks nice, but I did wish we had those red brake calipers. That'd be sick. 345 badge, all red, big body. There's your door handle, key insert. Let me show you guys the door. Let me show you on the other side where there's better lighting. Make sure you guys get nothing but the premium. Here's your fuel tank, the big boy. In theory, this is supposed to get you 16 miles to gallon. Do the conversion for liters, but this thing swallows gas like there's no tomorrow. So thankfully in the Middle East, gas isn't too expensive. But I know in the US, it's bad. So let's keep going. You got your mini spoiler right here. Right here is the rear view camera. Dodge across. And then down here, you got your exhaust pipes. I'll make sure to put in an audio of how it sounds like, because this thing sounds mean. This trunk is heavy. One thing I do appreciate about this is there's a lot of trunk space. Got a fire hydrant back here, and look at this space. You can easily fit 2 full-size luggages in here, no problem. Golf bags, if whatever you need, your groceries. This is the grocery getter. There's plenty of space, and I wish I had this much space. But let's keep going. Let me show you guys the door. So this is your door. You got leather with plastic on the bottom, some more plastic, and there's enough space to put a water bottle. A little bit of extra space right here, but you can't really fit anything. And I feel like if you were to put something in there, you'd probably forget it. So now let's open up the engine, the main specialness about this car. All right, let's get this opened up. Behold the HEMI. Electric cars wish they could be this cool. This is a 5.7 liter V8 HEMI engine. It goes 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, and it goes quarter mile in 13.5 seconds. Kind of slow, but it's still good. It still feels fast. With the exhaust, it feels really loud and it feels like you're going a lot faster. That's it for the engine. Now let's hop inside and go over the interior. All right, we're inside the cabin of this luxury boat, guys. This thing is massive, and I'm not talking about Ninja.
And do you know what else is massive?
So first off, they're big and bulky, but honestly, these are the comfiest seats I've probably ever been in for something of this price. You got the leather up top, the Alcantara seats. These are heated and AC, so you get both features. Come over here, you got the steering wheel, wrapped in leather, heated steering wheel. One thing I don't like is the paddle shifters. They're really small. It's just this top portion up here, and the bottom portion is your audio controls. Over here, on the left hand side, you can flip through the different menu options on the screen. I'll show you guys in a bit. And then your cruise control and your different parking sensors, driving sensors. In the center, you have your 8.4 inch touchscreen. Let me show you guys how that looks like. So right now it is almost the end of 2025, and now looking at this display, it does feel old. And now that I've been in so many different Chinese cars that have super optimized touchscreens, this definitely feels old, especially the cameras. Some of these new cars, it's all 4K, looks nice. Now this, I put this in reverse that looks like Minecraft pixels. So that's probably one of my only complaints of the actual quality. On your screen you have your climate controls, your different heating options, your media options. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but the only problem with that is it is USB-B. There is no USB-C port. Just to clarify, guys, this does not have wireless Apple CarPlay. For iPhone 15 and newer that doesn't have the lightning cable anymore, you're gonna need that USB-C to USB-C cable. That's there. There's a little bit of space inside of here. And then you have two small cup holders. These fit like the small Red Bull cans, a regular size water bottle. You ain't fitting nothing much bigger. This barely fits. It has a little bit of wiggle room, but that's about it. Over here in the center, you have your gear selector, nice little space to put your key. And this feels like a golf club. It's super big, but at least it's easy to find. You shift over to left, put it in manual mode, use the paddle shifters. I said these do feel a bit cheap. Look, come close. Let me show you what they sound like. Yeah, nothing crazy. I felt so dumb because I thought the screen was broken. I'm like, why didn't the screen just turn on when I turned on the car? And it's because it has an actual power off button. I'm like, this thing is broken, but it has an on off button, which I don't know why you would want to have it turned off. You're going to be driving. It should just turn on. But maybe at night so you have less lights in your face. Who knows? You tell me. One other thing with newer cars, I feel like the options to select between different gear modes is a lot simpler. This has different buttons. So you got your sports button for your traction control, and then the super track pack when you're ready to take this to the drag strip. So it puts everything in sport, transmission, paddle shifters on, traction, sport, steering, comfort. And I'm pretty sure you can go in and set up your own driving mode. See, look, sports mode set up, or you can do the different default mode. And it also has the option for launch control, which is pretty sick. I do like that, which if you know anything about Dodges, especially the Challengers, these things are impossible to launch. It's not too bad when you have the Challengers of this spec, but once you got the Hellcats and above, those things swerving all over the place. But that's it for the center console. Over here on top, you have the leather, although it looks plastic from this angle. It is leather, gray stitching, airbag, and then a small little storage space. Boom. Up top, this thing is so hard to move. It feels so bulky, but if you put your hands into it, if you put some strength behind it, you can move it. Your lights, boom, boom. And one thing I do appreciate about this specific spec is it does have a moonroof, sunroof. You can close it, open it, or you can have it fully closed with the cloth. Pretty awesome stuff. It is a 5-seater. So according to Dodge, you got the 2 in the front, and in theory you can fit 3 people back there. My seat's not all the way back, and look at how much space there's. Literally, it's this much space. It's about average size, right? Huh? So for the love of my knees, I will not be going back there. All right, we're in the back seat. I made the sacrifice, guys. Let's close this. I scooted the seat as much forward as I could. Look how far upwards reclined it is. If I scoot this back, it would crush me, because like we saw, we had about this much space and my knee goes way further than that. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Come on. All right, there's the back of the seat. Right here is where the seat belt goes, so that way you don't have to reach all the way to the back. You have your plastic, some leathers, and a nice little pouch right here, fully leather. You got a carpet down there, AC vents, and you got the 2-tone Alcantara with the leather with gray stitching. You pull this down and you got 2 cup holders. Very nice. It's honestly pretty comfortable back here, minus getting your knees crushed, because I do have a bit of headspace. I am only 5'9" though, 175 centimeters. So if you're tall, you're definitely not fitting back here. But that's it for the inside. Now let's go over to the driving experience. Guys, part of dealing with the driving experience of the Challenger is that it's extremely long. Like I said, it's a boat. So if I back it up all the way, I can't fit into the parking spot. So I have to leave it out just so I could get out. And just to make things worse, the security guards were like, oh, can you move it? I'm like, no, I literally can't. But let's go for the actual driving. All right, we're in the Challenger. We're in underground parking. Very common in the Middle East. mainly because one, there's not enough space for everything, so they got to go down, and then two, to protect the cars from the sun, because that sun damage is brutal. Right now we're talking Challenger specific. This is the nightmare right up here. Tight corners and a wide turn radius. Oh. You guys saw how tight it was. I'm pretty sure the wheel may have touched, not the wheel, but the tire. I heard some rubber, but it does squeak a little bit down there. So hopefully nothing happened. Should be good though. As far as the actual driving, it does feel heavy. So far, everything feels under control. What people say is that it spins out. A lot of issues with that. Get a nice little acceleration. Gotta be careful because I have no gas right now. I have just enough to make it to the gas station. Traffic is so bad right now, and it's only like 3 in the afternoon. Last night I was stuck at a traffic light for over 20 minutes. That was like the worst it's ever been. So hopefully none of that happens today. It's perfect weather right now actually, so perfect to take advantage of the sunroof, get some natural light in here, feel the rays. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's actually perfect. Yeah, a lot of people complain of it slipping out. In normal traffic, you don't really have to deal with that. If you're in a place that rains a lot, just be careful on the throttle control because you could spin out doing a turn just because the engine's up front and it's rear wheel drive. So yeah, just as long as you control your acceleration. These are meant for the drag strips where there's like specialized pavement for you to actually like let it rip. But on a regular street, just make sure you're paying attention to the car and how it's moving. Don't give it gas if you see it starting to like slip. Overall good. It is a gas guzzler. This thing right here is saying it's averaging about 19.6 liters per kilometer. This is a Middle Eastern spec, so it's prioritized. The speedometers are in kilometers per hour, all metric system. They're supposed to be like as American as you can get. So in this bright red color, it's like, look at me guys, I'm American. Everything feels like pretty solid, rigid. Nothing really feels cheap. I haven't really noticed any weird noises in the cabin. A lot of exhaust noise, so that's nice because that's basically what you're paying for, the engine. You want to be able to hear it. I was listening to the sound system last night and it was decent. Nothing too crazy, nothing to complain about. Definitely good enough to listen to music on your way to work. But I definitely think this is so much better than the way that the future is going with the electric scat pack. They literally put speakers so that you could hear fake engine noises, and it just feels wrong. I feel like electric cars don't really have a soul, and who cares if I'm getting 16 miles a gallon. That pure mechanicalness, all the engineering that goes behind it, the designs, all of it is what makes the car have a soul and have some spirit. And I feel like we're losing that with the way things are going forward. Being in the Middle East, there's a ton of Chinese cars, and all of those are 4-cylinder engines. The nicer trim ones have a turbo, but typically 4-cylinder turbo, it's rare to get over 200 horsepower. So getting in something that has a bit of power today feels so nice, way nice. It does have the 8-speed transmission. So right now we're in automatic mode. We're cruising, but that's basically it, guys. That's it for the driving experience. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. Once again, this has been the 2023 Challenger RT. It's been a pleasure to have this car. I wish V8s could continue. We'll see what the future has to hold. I'm not a fan of the electric scat packs. I want the V8s to continue, but we'll see. We'll see what the future has. But it's been Steve. It's been an honor. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.